So again, good afternoon or evening, depending on where you are joining us from around the world. Welcome to the orientation for Pathway and Transfer students. My name is Shaz and my pronouns are she and her, and I am a Student Life Coordinator, Orientation and Transition Programs with the Student Life Department. Today, joining us, we have staff from the Academic Pathways and Transfer Department, as well as various departments within Seneca that will share information about the supports and services available to you. We are also joined by a panel of current and alumni student experts who have been through the pathways and/or transfer process and are here to share their journey and tips for success. My coworker, Glenna Thomas, will also be assisting by sharing important links and websites in the chat box. And yes, this session is going to be recorded, so we will be able to provide you with information following the session as well. We will have a question and answer period following the presentation and staff and student panels. You can enter at that time your questions in the chat, and we will be happy to answer them. To begin, we would like to acknowledge the land that Seneca is situated on. Seneca buildings here in Canada are situated on Turtle Island, which is North America. We are excited for you to join us on Turtle Island. I will now share a land acknowledgement video. Thank you for watching and recognizing the land we are on. We will begin now with a presentation from the Academic Pathways and Transfer Department. I would like to welcome June and Jennifer at this time to share their presentation with us now. June, you'll need to unmute yourself.
Yes, that would probably help. All right, let's try that again. So hi, my name is June Allison. I am the Inbound Academic Pathways Coordinator in the Academic Pathways Office. So I assist students that are looking to further their education after they complete an Ontario College diploma and perhaps are looking to pathway into an upper level of a degree at Seneca. I also help our own diploma students who are looking to further their education to a Seneca degree.
Okay, so I'm Jennifer Kloosterman, and I'm the Academic Pathways Coordinator for Outbound, which means I support students who are looking to take advantage of Seneca's multiple diploma to degree pathways with external institutions. And as well, we can support students who are looking to go on to master's studies after studying a degree or grad certificate at Seneca.
So we just have a few slides put together for you, just for any students who are here based on a pathway in a Seneca degree. We have some documents that might actually help you. So we're going to put up a couple examples up on the screen right now. Shaz, if you could forward it, perfect. So the first is what we call a block map. So this particular block map outlines the credit awarded to a student who graduated from a 3-year business admin management advanced diploma program, and they've come into an upper level of our honors bachelor of healthcare management degree. So this is a block map. It shows you the entire curriculum for your degree program that you're in, and it highlights the courses that you would be receiving credit. So in this particular example, you can see the courses that are highlighted in yellow are the courses that the student would be granted credit for. The courses in blue are what we call reachback courses. So reachback courses are just courses that are part of your degree program that come from a lower level that you need to finish in order to move into the upper levels of the degree. And then the courses in white are some other required courses as well. So if we flip to the next slide, the second document that we have is called a completion plan. So basically that's taking all of the required courses, including any reachbacks, if there are any, and outlines how you will complete the rest of your degree program as quickly as possible. So this sort of outlines the order of completion and the courses that you need to take. So these documents, you could reach out to us by email. Our email's on the screen there. To obtain them. I think in the next week or so, we actually will be including these live on our website. So you'll be able to follow us on social media to hear about when that information goes live and where you can find it. But if you wanted to reach out to us by email, we'll definitely supply you with those documents. And I think you'll find them really, really helpful. If you have any trouble enrolling in any of your courses as per your completion plan, what you're going to have to do is reach out to your student advisor. So if we go to the next slide, I've got some step-by-step directions to find who your student advisor is. So you would have to log into your student home account. You would click academic progress. And then once you've done that, you would click on advisors, which is on the bottom left-hand side, to see the contact information for your student advisor. So if you're having any issues enrolling, if you have any questions, they're the best person to reach out to for sure, and they would be able to assist you with that. Last thing I wanted to inform you all of, if you are here in a Seneca degree, there are a couple of scholarship opportunities that might interest you. So we'll just go to the next slide. So there's two that are specifically for students in a degree at Seneca. The first is the Diploma to Degree Scholarship. So that is a one-time monetary award of $2,500 for any student who's completed a Canadian diploma program and they've graduated with a GPA of 3.3 or higher. So that's also a 75%. The second one is called the Renewable Degree Scholarship. So that is for students also who have graduated from another post-secondary program. So as you can see on the slide there, the amounts awarded will vary based on your incoming grades. So if, for example, you graduated from your previous program with a 3.0, then you would be eligible for $500 for your first year at Seneca. And then in order to keep getting those yearly funds, you would have to maintain that GPA. So both of these are available to apply to through your student home account. You have until day 10 of classes once you're enrolled full time to apply, but keep in mind that you can only receive one of them, okay? So if you have any questions, you're not sure how to apply, you want to see other bursaries, scholarships, awards, there are a lot of them at Seneca. Definitely follow the link that's on the slide right now to the Office of the Registrar's Financial Aid page. You'll get all the information there, steps on how to apply, contact details of a student, a financial aid advisor if you have further questions. So I think Jen's got a couple of slides as well. You're muted, Jen.
Thanks for going to the next slide there, Shaz. So yeah, if you're a student in one of Seneca's honors bachelor degrees and you are interested in furthering your education into a master's program at another institution, we can support you with that. So you can, if you need assistance with research, because there is quite a bit of research that goes into verifying admission requirements for master's programs. They are quite competitive, but it can be a lot. So there's two things. So there is resources on our website to kind of help you with that. We've got a timeline that sort of shows you what you should be doing a year in advance, 9 months in advance, 6 months in advance, if you're planning for graduate studies. And as well, we can meet with you individually, virtually at the moment, to talk about applying to master's programs and sort of supporting you with that. Every fall, we do an event. It's the Masters in Graduate Studies Expo, where we do invite our, some of them are partners, but they're mostly just institutions on campus, whether that be virtually or in person. We don't know. But they come to Seneca to talk to students about going on to a master's program. So it's a great opportunity for you to connect with these institutions directly and kind of get those questions answered about going on to master's programs and that whole application and admissions piece, which can be quite confusing and it is quite involved. Is there another slide there? Yeah. So Seneca's graduate certificates are another. If one Seneca's diplomas, if you're looking to do a graduate certificate once you've completed your diploma at Seneca, you can definitely look into that. Yeah, lots of information about that on the website. Is there another slide there, Shaz? Great. So this is probably the most important. So if you have any questions for either myself or for June, you can book an appointment with us directly on our website. We are meeting the students every week virtually. So if you get onto our site, you can book an appointment and we will meet with you to discuss all of your questions and help you plan for your further education. And if you have any, and I mean, it's great if you want to follow us on our social media. We do a ton of events as well. A lot of institutions are hosting events as well, or doing an event in coordination with us. So if you're on our social media, you'll definitely get information about that. But if you have any questions, feel free to email us. It's probably the quickest way to get a response, but there's a ton of resources on our website as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, June and Jennifer, for that insightful overview of the Academic Pathways and Transfer Department. Next up, we will begin with our Services and Supports panel. I will now call upon each staff member to say hello and introduce themselves. Michelle from Personal Counseling Services and Accessible Learning Services. Just a hello and a hi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle. I work for Counseling and Accessible Learning Services with Seneca. My pronouns are she and her.
And Jerome from the Learning Center. You're on mute, Jerome.
Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Service and Pathways orientation. My name is Jerome Colley, as said before, and I work for the Learning Centers, and the pronouns that I use is he and him.
And Shanna from Seneca Libraries. You're not on mute, but we cannot hear you. If you have Teams open for that other meeting, you might want to close it.
Now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Just the wrong microphone setting. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Shauna Pearson. I'm with Seneca Libraries. So my pronouns are she and her. And I'm a user services librarian, so I oversee a lot of the library services that you use or will use. So thank you.
And last but not least, Liana from Seneca Works.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Leanna Minardo, and as Jazz introduced, I am from the Seneca Works department here at the college. My pronouns are she and her. Welcome.
So we'll start back again with Michelle from Personal Counseling Services and Accessible Learning Services. That's a mouthful. We are all learning the new name.
Yes.
So what types of services does the Personal Counseling Services and Accessible Learning Services Department offer?
So we offer a few services, but our main services are personal counseling, which is one-on-one counseling for a variety of personal concerns, such as feelings of loneliness, stress with school life balance, grief, mental health, sexual orientation, and relationships. We do also offer accessible learning services, which provide support to students who have disabilities that impact their ability to engage within an academic setting, such as learning disabilities, mental health, physical disabilities, just to name a few. We have learning strategists that can help you with skills on how to study smarter, not harder. And we have assistive technologists to provide help with assistive technology software and devices for your studies.
And what are academic accommodations?
Yeah, it's a mouthful. Academic accommodation consists of individual arrangements that allow a student with a disability a fair opportunity to engage in academic activities and fulfill the essential course and program requirements. Some of these can include extra time for tests, or exams or assignments, the use of assistive technology, or class note-taking. Our counselors work with students to identify the individual accommodation needs so that students can fully participate in their academic studies.
And how does a student determine if they are eligible for academic accommodations?
So to find out if you're eligible, you'll have to contact the office of the campus that you're registered at and book an appointment to meet with one of our accessible learning services counselors. You're going to need to gather documentation pertaining to your disability prior to the appointment. So the counselor is able to create an accommodation letter that will list the accommodations that you will need. If you don't have documentation, we have a functional limitation assessment form that you can have completed by a regulated health professional that can complete it on your behalf.
And if students decide to use the department services, would they be identified in any way as a student with a disability on their student record?
Absolutely not, no. Disability information does not appear on any academic records, such as your transcript, your diploma, or your degree. Information relating to disability or other documentation is only shared by the student's consent, such as sharing it with the accommodation letter with your professors. We understand the importance of protecting personal and personal health information and the importance of privacy and confidentiality.
So that's great to know. So if anyone is looking to take advantage of the services, the information is confidential, so you're assured of your privacy in that way. How would
100%.
students register with your department and to meet with a counselor?
So the student would call one of our offices to book an appointment. Currently, due to COVID-19, the appointments are being held over the phone or online. You can call our offices. There's a number for Newnham, Seneca, York, King, and Markham campus. You could always go to our website. I'll put our email address in the chat in case anybody would like to email a question that you have.
And Glenna has also put
She
the
put that there?
website and the contact information and the email already into the chat.
Perfect.
We're on it. So thank
Way
you,
ahead of
Michelle.
me. Anytime. Thank you.
No
We're here to
problem.
support you. Please reach out. We're here.
Thank you very much. I do encourage everyone to take advantage of the services available. All the extra help and support is there for you, as Michelle mentioned. So again, thank you very much. And
You're
now I'd like to welcome Jerome from the Learning Center. And you'll need to unmute in case.
The joys of technology.
It's the catchphrase of 2020 and 2021 and maybe into 2022.
Exactly.
So can you please tell us what services does the Learning Center offer?
Well, the Learning Center provides academic support for all of our full-time and part-time students rather. And the services that we offer are the following. The first being the most sort of noticeable service that we offer our students, and that is one-on-one tutoring with our peer tutors or with our TESOL tutors. And then we also have workshops that students can register for by going on our Learning Center website to get information about what is being offered weekly and even monthly. And the workshops can either be course specific, and by course specific, I'm referencing 3 letters and 3 numbers that identify that specific workshop. That could be a BCD 100 course, and if that particular student is registered in that course, they can attend that workshop if that workshop time and date fits the student's time frame. And then there's subject-related workshops such as grammar basics, how to write an essay, a conversation club, and such the like. And then we do have what's called supported learning groups, which is a relatively new service that is offered by the Learning Center. And that's for 2 specific programs right now. And that supported learning group or study group is designed to support students outside of the classroom. And the leaders for that specific program are students that have already taken the course, and they facilitate the study groups. And those are, as I said before, are for 2 specific programs. And then we do have what's called the Strive program. And the Strive program is a little different from our general workshops. It's designed to provide students with strategies that will be enablement tools, or strategies that will enable them rather to be successful academically. So we're looking at time management, note-taking, positive psychology, metacognition, in essence, strategies that are going to allow them to be successful not only within the classroom, but beyond the classroom as well. And then we do have academic coaching, and that is a very new service since COVID started. And it allows us to meet with students who are interested in booking an appointment with one of the learning support officers. And we look at personal strategies that will empower the student to be successful. And we'll look at different strategies for success. That could be how to maintain motivation, and how to remain focused, and how to deal with the stress of studying and working from home. How do you maintain motivation? So the Strive program, along with the academic coaching, work in partnership to support students to be successful academically. And then finally, on the Learning Center website, there is online resources that will allow the students to take advantage of tips and tricks that will allow them to be successful even when the Learning Center is closed. So those are the typical services that we do offer our students.
So there's a lot of great variety there from what I'm hearing. And
There
out of all of those options, if a student is having difficulty with a specific course, what services from the Learning Center would you recommend that the student take advantage of the most?
Well,
I know you'd like to say all, but
well, the first I would say is to check our website, and there is an icon that indicates need help with a course, and I would click on that specific icon and see if the course that you need support in is being supported by way of one-on-one tutoring. And if it is, then I recommend that you go ahead and book an appointment with a peer tutor. Now, I want to identify that our peer tutors are students who've already taken that course. They're probably in their 3rd or 4th semester, and they've been successful in that course. And they'll be able to provide firsthand support and experiential knowledge on how to be successful in that specific course. So that's sort of the first step that I recommend, is to check the website and to see if that course is being supported by way of one-on-one tutoring. Then the other step is to book an appointment with an academic coach. So if you don't see that course being supported for one-on-one tutoring with a peer tutor, then I would look at academic coaching and see if one of the learning support officers can provide you with support in your course. And that might be high level in terms of strategies to approach the course material, how to manage your learning, how to note take, how to make sense of information in terms of metacognition. There are a number of sort of resources that we can provide by way of academic coaching. And then the third step is to reach out to us via email or via the chat on the Learning Center website. There is a chat function for you to connect with one of the learning support officers or one of the Learning Center staff, and then they can provide you with direction in terms of how we can support you if the first 2 options that I've mentioned are not working out for you.
so if a student was looking to book an appointment with a tutor, with another peer-to-peer support, as you mentioned, what would be the process for booking that appointment?
Well, they can either go through the Learning Center website, and again, you'd click on that link that says need help with your course, and then you would be directed to the booking system, and then you would go through follow the prompts, enter your student number, etc., and then you would book an appointment with a tutor based off the times that they're available and the time that you're available, and an email confirmation will be sent to you to your Seneca account. And then the other option is through Blackboard too as well. You would look for the Learning Center sort of link on Blackboard, click on that, and then would direct you back into the booking system. And again, you would follow the prompts.
So thank you very much, Jerome. It sounds like, and one thing to point out to the students is that these services are already included in your tuition, so there's no additional cost to you. So definitely take advantage, no additional cost. So take advantage of the tutoring, supported learning groups, and all the workshops that are available by the Learning Center. And the website and the email address have been added into the chat for you as well, that you could make reference to.
And again,
So thank you again.
You're
Yep,
welcome.
go ahead.
And again, I do sort of want to make the reiteration that there isn't a additional service charge. We do get that question regularly, so don't feel apprehensive about booking an appointment or utilizing the services. Seneca is very interested in your success. And so if you have any questions about the services, again, just visit our website and there is a chat option for you to reach out to us, and we will certainly provide you with more information about the services. And I will say that the booking process is a very simplistic one, so it's not very difficult for you to do that. All right?
Thank you very much,
Very well.
Jerome, and some great tips and advice for everyone.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome Shanna to share information about the library and their available services.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So Seneca Libraries has become a predominantly virtual library. What do students need to know about navigating your in-person spaces and collections versus your online collections and services?
So for those of you joining us in the winter semester, you'll be happy to know that most of our physical library spaces are open for studying purposes, and this includes our bookable group study rooms. So they are limited to 2 right now. Usually it's available for 6. So if you have group projects, you can book group study rooms. Our very small print collection is still not accessible, but the good news is that despite staff not being on campus, you still have access to all of our resources and services virtually online through Seneca Libraries. So for those of you out there, so to date, we have 95% of our collection is online and virtual. So this means that all of our ebooks and streaming videos, articles, everything you need is at your fingertips 24/7 through the library. And so anything from doing your research to help with citation and much more is available virtually, including all of our services, which I will talk about a bit more today. So we're here to help, and we are always available virtually.
So what services does the library offer to help degree students with research and citation?
Yeah, that's a great question. All of our services are available to all students, but I'd say the most popular one for degree students are our bookable research appointments. So those are available to you. They are 50-minute in-depth research or citation sessions with a liaison librarian. So a librarian who has a lot of knowledge in your subject area or program area. These appointments are offered through like live video chat, and we also utilize screen sharing software so that you can share your screen or we can share you and walk you through the research process more easily to help you succeed. And I find degree students really benefit from these sessions, especially as you get into your higher level courses, and you're researching more obscure topics. It just helps to sit one-on-one, or again, you can book it in a small group if you're doing a group assignment, and talk with a liaison librarian, and we can help you out with finding keywords and pointing you in the right direction of what resources to use for research. And again, these are bookable through a very simple booking system through our website, and you just have to book 24 hours or more in advance. That's one of our most popular services with degree students. We also have lots of other resources for you and services. So there's lots of self-paced online tutorials available through our website. Some of the most popular ones, again, for degree students are how to conduct literature reviews, how to do applied research, and find great literature. So those are all available 24/7. You can look at them on your own, and we can point you in the right direction. We also have, in addition to helping you find research, we also provide a lot of support to students for citing your sources. So many of you coming from other programs are likely familiar with how to cite your sources, or that you have to cite your sources and give credit to another person's work. So if you're not sure where to start when you join Seneca, or you're being asked to do a new citation style that you haven't done in a previous program, we do have a lot of supports and services for that. One main one is we run live webinars or workshops for citation support. And these are also pre-recorded. So again, you can access those online if you don't want to join the session. And we also have very robust citation guides, APA and MLA citation guides that you can consult through Seneca Library's website as well. We even have, and I'll point this out, more and more students are being asked to create digital assignments, so create presentations or videos or websites. And we have a dedicated section and support for how to cite sources in a digital assignment, which is a bit different than traditional. And lastly, we also have subject guides available for you. So we have a lot of stuff, so don't worry, we got you covered. Subject guides, which you might be familiar with, again, from your other institutions that you're coming from. These are just curated lists of the best databases, reputable websites that you can use to start research in a certain program. So even if you're coming from Seneca from a program, say a diploma program, early childhood education, just know that we have some for the program in Bachelor of Child Development. So these are great resources you can consult as well.
So something really cool that we have at the library that I'm not sure many people know about. What is the Sandbox and what services and resources does it offer?
Yeah, absolutely. So unlike its name that it suggests, we don't have sand in it, but it is a place where you can go and have some fun and play around. Specifically, the Sandbox is a department within Seneca Libraries, and it's a digital media hub that helps support students in the development of digital assignments. So again, I kind of alluded to the fact that more and more assignments that students are being asked to do, you have to create videos or infographics, websites, presentations. So the Sandbox will provide you with some information about what tools you can use to build these digital objects, and also the support that you might need. So if you're stuck creating a video, you can book a webinar or attend a webinar, sorry. You can book a one-on-one appointment with Sandbox staff, or look at pre-recorded sessions of how to create all of these digital objects through the Sandbox. One thing to note, when we resume in person and we're open full time, the Sandbox at Seneca Library campuses, we do have studios that you can book, which has green screen. You can book video equipment. So there's a lot of really great stuff through the Sandbox to help support those digital literacy skills and digital assignments.
So I am glad that you clarified what the Sandbox is and how cool it is to use, because I will be honest, the kid in me right away thought of sand that I could come and play in. And I was like, I'm all there for that. But the learning side of it is good too.
Yeah, well, we even have people who come and, they have a YouTube channel and they want to, film and take advantage of the Sandbox. So
absolutely. So can you tell us more about your Ask Us live chat service?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Ask Us live chat is exactly what it is. It's a live chat that pairs you up with a knowledgeable library staff member on the other end. We're not robots. We are live. And we're there to basically answer any of your library related questions. So if you need help with research, getting started with research, citation, any other questions about your services or resources, or even some college related questions, you can just go to Seneca Library's homepage, look for the Ask Us logo, click on that and start chatting one-on-one with a staff member. So again, that's just available through there. And so that's a great place to start. If you start in the winter semester, you don't know how to get a hold of us, just go through Ask Us Live and we'll get you started. A new service that we have moving into winter are, in addition to the 50-minute sessions that we offer, we do have short mini sessions, research sessions that you can book through Ask Us as well. And lastly, just to mention, if you are working on assignments at 4 a.m. in the morning and we're not available during our operating hours, We do have what's called an FAQ knowledge base, which has about 500 answers to some of your questions. So if you're working on a research assignment and you need to find peer-reviewed literature, you can look for the answer there, and hopefully that'll get you started. And lastly, if you want to learn more about the library, learning center, archives, and special collections, you can follow us on Instagram. That's a good way to get information at Seneca Live and Learn.
So thank you very much, Shanna, for providing us with information about Seneca Libraries. And just to point out a couple of things, as Shanna mentioned, that some of the in-person spaces are available for you to utilize on campus. If you are coming on campus, there's a few things that you need to be aware of. Just making sure that you are fully vaccinated. You will need to wear a mask, and you will need to upload your vaccination receipt in the Seneca Safe app, and also have a virtual one card. So all of the information about the protocols for coming on campus has just been posted in the chat on the senecacollege.ca/health website. So there is more information there for you to obtain about how to come on campus safely and follow all of the protocols that are currently set in place for you to be able to slowly return to campus for some services, not all. So again, thank you very much, Shanna. Now, you also may be curious about what happens after Seneca. What next? How can I make myself marketable for the job market, or even find a job now? Please welcome Leanna from the Seneca Works Department to share with us some information about the Seneca Works Department. Welcome.
Hi, Shaz. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us. What is the main reason a student would come to your department?
So the Seneca Works Department is actually fairly new. We are a combination of two departments that merged as of March 2021. We are a combination of the Work Integrated Learning Department, which essentially oversees all of the co-op and work term opportunities for various programs across Seneca. And when I say various programs, I mean there's about 70 across the campuses that have WIL integrated into their academics, whether through optional co-op or through mandatory co-op. In addition to this segment, we also have the Seneca Careers portion, and we are here to essentially look at your entire academic career, but also after you graduate Seneca, we are working with you to ensure success in the start of launching your career. So not just once you come to the college and you start taking a program, but we're really here to ensure that you have a really good strategy in terms of how you plan to tackle the job market. We are here to work with you for resumes and cover letters and career preparation. So both of those aspects are found in the Seneca Works department.
And since the college is closed for most on-campus activities and services, how can students access the services of Seneca Works virtually?
So Seneca Works is extremely accessible on a virtual level. We have lots of work integrated learning coordinators like myself. As I mentioned, WIL or work integrated learning is the co-op component. So students are able to reach out to us on an individual basis. Like I said, many programs have WIL integrated into their academics. So depending on your program, you're able to reach out to your individual WIL coordinator to ask them questions, find out more about the program, how it works with your particular area in your field, and a little bit about how you're going to be going through the WIL program for that area. And if you are looking for the Seneca career side of things, so you're wanting to work with a career coordinator for resume help, for cover letter help, for interview assistance, we are able to do online appointments for that as well. So students are able to reach out to us on a one-to-one basis, book appointments, and this is something that they have access to not just now, but also throughout their entire career at Seneca College.
Excellent. Do you have any upcoming events that you want students to be aware of, and how can they register or join these events?
We have a plethora of events. So one of the great benefits of the Seneca Careers and or the Seneca Works department is our career side hosts a variety of different events, workshops, and opportunities for students to engage with employers to better develop their skills and to really kind of hone those job seeking abilities that they're going to need once they leave the college with their diploma or degree in hand. So there's a few that are coming up that are really, really exciting. We have the Kickstart Your Career Planning on on February 24th, which is usually a very large event, and we have some really great people lined up. We also have the Seneca Career Fair that runs for the span of 4 days. It's February 14th all the way through to the 18th. And in that event, we have employers that we've worked with here at Seneca for many years. We have stakeholders, we have different groups and different companies that we have worked with for, you know, long periods of time, both small and large companies. So everything from Deloitte and Touche to small marketing and advertising companies that come out. They do presentations for students about who they are. They actively recruit for students. There's a really fun few activities that happen throughout that week, and it's a really great way for students to engage and see what's out there in the job market these days and whereabouts they might want to see themselves once they graduate from the college. There's a lot of interactivity that happens through there. There's a lot of Q&A sessions and panelists that we have. And again, it's one of our larger events that we have here at the college. We only do 2 career fairs per year. So this is definitely one not to miss.
Absolutely. And how can students look for jobs that are available to Seneca students? Is there an online portal that students can use? How do they find them?
Absolutely. So Seneca Works is very proud of our Seneca Works career portal. And it is an entire website that is dedicated to our Seneca students, both while they are a student, as well as when they are graduating and about to become an alumni. So we have 2 areas that we post to on this particular portal. One of them is the work integrated learning stream. So students who are in the co-op program, who are doing a work term, an internship, or any kind of work placement within their program that falls under WIL, they have access to job postings that we get from, again, numerous organizations across Ontario, across Canada, and they have access to apply to those positions and hopefully secure them. During that time for work integrated learning, we as coordinators work with students, again, for everything from work prep to resume writing, cover letter writing, mock interview skills, pretty much all the essentials that you need to know, networking and job seeking. Students are prepared for the workforce prior to going out to co-op, and then they are able to use our online portal to seek a position. So that's the first aspect. The second aspect of it is for soon-to-be graduates and alumni. So we are very, very lucky to have this portal available to students up to 2 years after they graduate from Seneca College. So once you're preparing to enter the workforce, you're in your last couple of semesters, and you're really starting to see what you want to do, where you want to go. We have job postings, again, from thousands of organizations that work with Seneca, and we put those opportunities on our Seneca career portal. Students are able to apply to those directly through our portal. We have our coordinators who work with the employers to set up interviews, reference checks, and all of that other great stuff. So students have access to this all the way from the time that they're planning to be an alumni through to 2 years post-graduation. And again, there's thousands of jobs that go up there every year, and really great opportunities for students that are just starting to get their careers going, and even some more advanced positions once they're situated into their career as well. So the Seneca Careers Portal is a great place for students to start to, again, see what's out there, start applying for jobs, and really kind of put their skills that they've learned in their academics to good use in the field.
That's great to know that they can take advantage of it now and even after they graduate and are alumni for up to 2 years. I myself didn't even know that, so that's good to know. I'm learning too. So how can students contact the Seneca Works department? How can we find you?
So for any student that's interested in contacting the Seneca Works department, you can reach us at, is it okay if I put it in the chat, Jazz? Does that work?
The email address is already there. Glenn has put it in the chat for you.
You're already ahead of me, so you can actually reach us.
Definitely go ahead and say it though.
So you can reach us at senecaworks@senecacollege.ca. Depending on whatever your request is, it will be redirected to the appropriate person. Like I said, we are a fairly large team, and we have both sides. So we have the co-op and careers piece. Depending on where your request lies, you will be directed to the right individual, so we can make sure that we are here to support you, not just towards the end of your college days, but also throughout your college experience, right from when you set foot in Seneca all the way through to post-graduation.
So thank you very much, Leanna, and that closes us out of the services and supports panel. Now I'd like to move to the student panel, who I know have been eagerly awaiting to share their journey with transferring, whether it was from a Seneca diploma or to a Seneca degree or to somewhere external. We do have a lot of experience that will be shared with you today, and we're excited to have 3 of you here. So we do have one of our students who is stuck in attendee mode, and I can't get her out of there for the life of me, but I am going to try to unmute her and give her the ability to at least speak. So she should be able to speak, hopefully. So Adebola, can you just test and say hello if you're able to speak? Just into the chat, or is your mic able to work? I'd like to know if your mic is able to work. I did give you the ability to unmute, so I'm just wanting to check if that's the case. If not, then unfortunately, we won't be able to hear what you have to say. So I'll just give her a second to see if that'll work for her. Unfortunately, she's not able to unmute. So I do apologize. Maybe if she wants, she can still participate through the chat and engage. We can see that you do have the ability. So I'm not sure, but I'll get started for now. So the first question I have for the panel is if they could please introduce themselves and why they decided to pursue another education credential. So we can start with Aiden and then Joseph.
Sounds good, Shaz. Hello, everyone. I'm Aiden D'Souza. I'm a student, alumni, and employee of Seneca. The reason why I wanted to, I guess, pursue another credential is because I'm working towards a career in law enforcement. And I know when it comes to like promotions within law enforcement, whether it's police service or correctional agency, they will always look at your education. They want it like for a promotion, if you want to be like a sergeant or an inspector, any of those senior roles, education does make a difference in making that happen. So that's probably one of the biggest reasons I wanted to pursue a degree at Seneca. I've also completed 3 other post-secondary programs, which was Police Foundations, 911 Emergency Services Communications, and Advanced Investigations and Enforcement. With all those transfer credits, it was made it really easy for me to work towards my degree and reduce the time that it will take me to get the credential. So those are the 2 main reasons why.
Awesome. I always say that Aiden is going to still be here when I'm close to retiring as a student, and I'm not going to give away my age, but I think a lot of people will have seen you and know you around, so thank you for joining us today. And Joseph is another face that is a regular around Seneca, so if you could please go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. My name is Joseph. My pronouns are he, him. I recently graduated from Seneca's business diploma this past spring 2021, and now I'm currently in my 5th semester of Seneca's International Business Management Bachelor of Commerce degree. That's also a wordful as well. And part of the reason why I actually chose to stay at Seneca to pursue my degree was I really wanted to build upon what I've gained in my business diploma. I did find it to be general in a really beneficial way because I didn't really know what part of business I wanted to go into. It was a really good way of finding out what I like, what I don't like, and just building upon that with my degree. I also found that I also am finding that the degree is at a different level, obviously, than the diploma because it's enhancing what skills I've gained in the diploma, and it has that co-op opportunity. So mostly all of Seneca's degree programs do have that co-op, that will opportunity. So because I didn't have that in my diploma, I want to get that work experience and leverage myself when I graduate from Seneca using all the amazing services that we have. And part of my goals are I do eventually want to pursue my master's. So a lot of master's programs do require you to have that honors degree. And again, all the degrees at Seneca are equivalent to getting a university degree as well. So that's one of the great benefits of getting that degree here.
Fantastic. And I do have a message from Adebola, so I'll just give you some of her background history. After completing a diploma in early childhood education at Seneca in 2018, she wanted to be able to step into leadership roles in the childcare profession, so she decided to pursue a degree in child development at Seneca. Just for Adabola, I would recommend if you try to actually shut down your entire WebEx and restart it and rejoin us again through the attendee link, and I'll see then if we can switch you over to panelist. Okay, so I'll just go ahead with Joseph and Aiden. How was the transition from a diploma program to a degree in terms of academic expectations and community involvement on campus? So Joseph, since you're currently on the screen, you can go ahead and take that question.
Yeah, so just as I kind of briefly mentioned before, building upon that business diploma that I have, just the level of what we're supposed to do with our assignments and the quality of work that we need to focus on has really been different kind of within the diploma and the degree. I'm using more of the library services, I'm using more of those databases, researching and really engaging with that academic content and scholarly articles as opposed to potentially more using popular sources or different type of sources. And again, currently in my first semester in the degree. So, it's my first experience semester, but overall it's my fifth semester. So it's been a really great transition so far with regards to the quality of the work and obviously being able to contribute back to the Seneca community, which I'm so proud to be a part of since my first day at Seneca. Like Aiden, I also do work at Seneca. I work with the student recruitment department, so being able to really share my experience as a mature student getting their degree at an older age than maybe most people, really being able to talk to our external stakeholders and really gauge interest about sharing my experience and hopefully inspiring others to kind of pursue the same path or pursue what they want to be. There's never really any age to pursue your goals, and Seneca has really helped me find myself in regards to being inspired to pursue my goals no matter what age. A lot of our students come with different diverse backgrounds, educational backgrounds, and life experiences. So just being involved in that community has really inspired me to kind of go forward and want to pursue that degree as well as a pathway student.
You're absolutely correct in that, and that Seneca provides opportunities for students of all ages, all backgrounds, and we do have many, 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 many variety of programs that students can partake in. So if you have an interest, more than likely Seneca can help you to obtain those credentials. And we definitely are Seneca proud of both of you and the representations that you have put forward to Seneca whenever you're out there representing us. And so, Aiden, I will pass that same question on to you. Do you remember the question, or did you want me to repeat it?
I think I remember, Shaz.
Okay, no
So yeah,
problem.
yeah, for me personally, like since I completed like three other credentials at Seneca, I found the transition process a lot easier. I knew what to expect, like from the professors, like how the learning material were delivered, everything from like Blackboard to online services, support services, things like that. I knew what to expect. But for some of the like services I didn't know, like Seneca libraries, I never used to use that a lot in my previous programs. There was a lot of support there from our librarians to help me with research projects, citations, things like that, that really helped me with the first month of my degree program, just getting adjusted to it too. Also, like with the community involvement, I was used to be very involved, like on campus and even like in our virtual campus now in all my other programs. And I wanted that to continue even though I was in a degree program. So time management is key. Like it's one thing you always have to, school comes first, but employers, they also want you to be well-rounded with volunteering, extracurricular activities too. And time management, you really have to balance that, especially with a degree program. Academic coaching is a great service that our Learning Center offers to help you prioritize that, build your schedule, make sure you follow your schedule and maintain it, right? So I found like those two aspects is really help like overall. And also like the transition process with like the academic pathways team as was amazing. Like when I was transferring from program to program, they were like always there to support me. And even just by attending the academic pathways fair, I got like a lot more information that I didn't know before. So those are like the really the main aspects of it.
So both of you have hinted at the services that are offered by Seneca and how they helped you in your transition and throughout your studies. What services do you think were most helpful to you at Seneca, and which ones would you recommend for our current Pathways students? I'll start with you, Aiden, and then I'll go to Joseph.
Yeah, so I'll say it again. The Seneca Libraries team just was amazing, right? When I got to the degree program, like a lot more research was involved. So I used to book like research appointments about like once a week when I had like major assignments, and that really helped me to gain the information because Seneca Libraries is huge. 95% of the collection is online. There's a lot of navigation involved. So that did help with the process of getting the assignments done on time too. Another service was the Learning Center. I used to attend some of the workshops there just to how build my studying habits, how to improve it. And that did help with like the degree program and also my police foundation's diploma. I've been using the Learning Center for a number of years now, almost 5 years since I've been at Seneca. I think it's really an important service.
Fantastic. And Joseph?
Just to echo to what Aiden was saying, those are great services that I've also used, but I really did also find my advisor to be really helpful. There were moments, in my diploma that I maybe had some sort of questions or inquiries about what I wanted to do in the future. Is my diploma where I wanted to go? Was that going to be enough for me long term? So I did like to joke calling my advisor my therapist at sometimes because I would always book appointments and bother her. Back when we were on campus, I would always try to go to her office just to speak to her because they're so welcoming and they're always there to kind of help answer your questions. And even now, virtually, you can book an appointment. And they're really great to help you discover what your options are and help you build that track to wherever you want to go. And in addition to the academic advising that everybody has, we also that the Seneca Works department has really helped as well. In my diploma program, and I believe in other diploma programs that may not have that co-op or will opportunity, we all have a class called career planning, which is taught by a strategist from our Seneca Works department, and that has really helped me engage with my resources when I'm looking for employment. Obviously, I do work at Seneca, so I've been really blessed and lucky with that. But whenever I do want to continue or look for other potential opportunities when I graduate, just the services that the career development department, now called Seneca Works department, has helped with. I'm connected with my career strategist on LinkedIn now as well. So we do really learn about those resources to create our network and really build that career ready, student whenever we choose to graduate or leave Seneca, or in some cases like Aiden and myself, who choose to stay as long as we can.
You're not going to get rid of you that easily, right? We'll keep you as long as we can.
Please do.
As you've heard from both Aiden and Joseph, there's a number of supports and services that are out there. Take advantage of them. We are here to support you. We are here to get you to succeed, get you past your first diploma, your second diploma, your first degree, maybe your second degree. We don't let you go that easily. So definitely take advantage of the supports. We're here for you all the time. Virtually and in person now that we're slowly returning to some things coming back. So, and I think we're all happy for that as well. So I'm going to ask Aiden now, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's your favorite Seneca experience and how did it impact you in the long term? And I know you've been around for a long time, so there might be more than one, but what's your favorite Seneca experience? And while he's answering, Joseph, you can think about yours and we'll come back to you after.
Yeah, so I have like a lot of experiences like at Seneca, but I guess like one of my favorite ones was mentoring. So I was really happy that I got to mentor students that were in our dual credit program coming up from high school to take college courses, students in our adult education program, our general arts English for academic purposes program, GEA. I got to mentor them and even students in the same program as me from police foundations. It was just, I got to mentor like over 100 of students at Seneca, and that really made me happy because I know I made a difference in their lives, showing them around like Seneca, the services, what to offer, extracurricular activities, and it really helped build my confidence as a leader at Seneca, and it gave me something to put on my resume and tell other students to sign up to be a peer mentor because it will help you at the end of the day. Just gaining your confidence skills, your leadership skills, peer development, community engagement skills, all that will help. So yeah, that's probably one of my most proud experiences at Seneca.
Awesome. And if anyone is looking to get a mentor, applications for obtaining a mentor will open in January. So keep an eye out on the mentoring website, mentoring.senecacollege.ca, which Glenna has also entered into the chat. And you'll be able to access information there on how to get a mentor. It's definitely another great advantage to take advantage of. And again, there's no additional cost for getting a mentor as well. And we do our best to pair you up with somebody in the same or similar academic program as yourself, or any other way that you would like to be paired up with, whether it's a fellow mature student or somebody from the same background as you. We do our best to match you to a mentor that you would like. And now, Joseph, I'd love to hear from you. What has been your favorite Seneca experience and how has it impacted you?
I would say my favorite experience, I do have multiple, but my favorite would probably be during my first semester, I was actually a peer tutor for another student that was in my class. My professor saw my engagement within his class and really saw my willingness to try my best. It was a math class. I was nervous because it's been so long since I've taken math, and I was deeply concerned about that class, but I did really well. I worked really hard. So my professor saw that and he asked if I would be interested in tutoring another student, that was maybe not doing as well. And he really needed that class in order to graduate. So while I was taking the class, I actually worked with counseling and accessibility for, 2 hours each week to tutor another student. And to this day, I just find that so profound because I'll never forget, the phone call I got once final grades got released in my first semester saying, I got a B. Like he called me saying I got a B, and I was just so happy because I don't want to disclose, the first exam he didn't really do too well and was worth a lot. So that's kind of when my conversation with the professor started. But similar to Aiden, it's just been so inspiring being able to help people. Obviously, I haven't been able to mentor as many people as Aiden has, but it's not a competition. It's whatever impact we have, it's definitely helpful. So just having that one special connection and bond I've made with this, much older student who did come back to get his diploma. He did maybe have some, accessibility needs, but the way that he was, trying his best and the way that he was advocating for himself really helped inspire me and really, helped that tutor experience, really shaped, I guess, who I am today and helped create that comfortability I have to talk to people, to present, to be here on these panels. It's definitely helped my leadership skills, and I'm really grateful for that experience and all the other experiences I've had so far with Seneca.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. It's definitely not about quantity, but about quality. And definitely we do pride ourselves on having those quality relationships that we build with students, even in a virtual environment. You are absolutely correct that it is heartwarming for us as well to see the students succeed and knowing that we played even a small part in that success. So we definitely are here for all of you and to make your transition going from either a pathway within Seneca or outside of Seneca, a much smoother process for you. I do have one last question for both of you. If you can give one piece of advice to the students attending this orientation, what would it be? I'll start with you, Joseph.
I would just try to say utilize what you have. When you come to Seneca, you're have access to so many services. We're already learning about that now. Just take advantage of the resources and support that you have because you never know how much help you have until you actually experience it. And I never expected this coming into Seneca. I didn't know how much services or how much support I will have, and that has really helped me be here today and pursue that degree and want to pursue higher education because we have this strong community. We have these small class sizes. Our professors, they're all there to help you. So once you actually take that step, try your best. Don't be afraid to do bad or fail because your professors and your services are there to help you. You just need to be willing to try your best. Go to class all the time. I'm kind of building upon my first tip, but just use all those resources. The small class sizes definitely helped me with my degree and wanting to stay at Seneca because I know what it's like to be in a class with, hundreds of people in a university setting, and it's completely different. So no matter what credential you're pursuing, just use the resources you have. Your professors are there to help you. Talk to your classmates. It's very collaborative, our classes. So just kind of, use that support that you have, because, once you graduate, you will have that support as well, but it's not going to be the same, because you're going to be focusing on that career development and, working towards wherever your goals are rather than studying for them right now.
Absolutely. The goals may change, but the supports will definitely be there throughout the process and after, even as an alumni of Seneca College. And Aiden, any last bits of advice for our students?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say never be afraid to ask for help. Like Seneca is huge. We have so many departments. If you never know where to go, always reach out to the student life team. Some of my colleagues, they work on that team. They're always available to answer your emails and guide you in the right direction. Because if you don't ask, you won't know, you won't gain information, and it's always better to know information before doing something, right? The other thing I want to say is that's amazing that everyone is furthering their education. When I started at Seneca and Police Foundations, I thought I would do Police Foundations and become a police officer in 2 years. I never thought I would do 3 more credentials later and still be at Seneca wanting to learn. So that is amazing that you're all continuing your education to gain valuable skills in our programs. There's so much opportunity at Seneca. Make sure to use our services, volunteer, go to extracurricular activities with our student federation, the SSF. They have amazing professional development activities happening throughout the year that will just help you gain more skills to add to your resume. So that's a little piece of advice from me. But congratulations for pursuing your education further. Education is probably the most valuable tool in life.
No one can take your education away from you. You're absolutely correct. It is a very valuable tool, and lifelong learning is definitely something that can take place inside and outside of the classroom. And Seneca definitely provides those opportunities. As you mentioned, volunteering is also important. Participate in extracurricular activities. You can visit the student life calendar off of the orientation website, senecacollege.ca/orientation, and click on the events tab, and you can learn about all the different types of events that are happening. And our email address, as Aiden mentioned, student.life@senecacollege.ca. There's never a time where we will say that's not a good question. We welcome all questions. It might be the 1000th time we've heard the question, but it's the first time you're asking it. So definitely reach out. Don't be afraid to ask those questions. As everyone has mentioned here, in some way, shape, or form, we're all here to support you. At this time, I would like to thank our panelists for sharing their inspirational and motivating thoughts and journey with us. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedules. I know it's exam times as well, but you're still here, and you're here to help our students ease some of the concerns that they have and to answer their questions. So I really do appreciate both of you taking the time out to join us. And yes, we are all here to support you in your academic journey, as my coworker Glenna has so eloquently put into the chat as well. So thank you to everyone for taking the time to join us, and thank you very much to our panelists and our Academic Pathways team as well. I hope you found the session helpful. We will be sending out a survey in the next few days to those who attended, and we would appreciate your feedback on the event. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Take care.